Hi, my name is Nicholas. Welcome to this week's Yin practice. For today, I would suggest having a soft block, a couple hard blocks might come in handy, and then also a strap might be handy. And when you're ready, we'll get started in a seated meditation. So you can just come and find any comfortable seat, maybe sitting up off of your prop. And if cross-legged doesn't work, then maybe kneeling or the legs extended, something like that. Just take your time to get nice and comfortable. Choose whatever shape feels the most steady and stable in your body. Maybe give yourself just a little movement to help you set in. Gently grounding the hips and lengthening the spine. Softening those shrug muscles down the back. Find a little extra length for the back of the neck, maybe a slight tuck of the chin in towards the throat. Eyes can be closed or gaze can be steady. Hands can rest wherever they feel the most comfortable. Notice where the mind goes when you find your stillness. Without judgment, gently guide it back to whatever you're experiencing here. Perhaps focusing on the body and what that's feeling. Perhaps focusing on your breath. Without the need to change it, just notice that gentle flow in and out. You can stay in this seated meditation for as long as it serves you. And when you feel ready to move on to your next shape, you can slowly make your way down to a child's pose. See if the body needs any movement along the way, a little shakeout or anything like that. As you set up for your child's pose, take a wide knee stance today and have your soft block nearby. That might come in handy. As you start to set up your child's pose, extend your arms out towards the top of the mat And then without lowering the chest all the way down, we'll thread the left arm underneath the body, settling that left shoulder. Maybe the left side of the head wants to touch down, but if the floor feels a little far away, then your soft block is there to bring in for support. See if you can keep your hips nice and heavy. If it feels more comfortable to add a prop between hips and heels, then go for it. And then the right hand can stay on the floor. You can bring right palm towards left. You could also do this with the bent elbows, and that might feel a little bit more intense for the spine, so if you want to explore that, you're welcome to. Or you can keep the arms extended. You could also do your half bind here. So choose the version of the shape that feels the best in your body today. If there's anything you need to adjust or add in to make it work for you, then go for it. And then when you're ready, come and find your stillness. If the right hand isn't on the floor, you can bring it back in and gently press down to unravel the spine towards center. And we'll set straight up for the second side. So bracing with the left hand now, threading the right arm underneath, settling the right shoulder, maybe the right side of the head. And then before you settle in, just check in, see if this side feels a little different. Maybe it needs extra support or a slightly different expression. And see what you'd like to do with the left hand for this side. All the same options are here, so find the one that works best for you. And then once you're ready, settle in and find your stillness. Gently return the left hand to the floor. Unravel yourself to center. And then see what feels good. You might snake the spine a little bit. You could come upright and do this. Or maybe from a tabletop, you take a few rounds of cat-cow. Awesome. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to a seat. So take your time to arrive. You can come to sit up off of the edge of your prop. And then we'll set up for a wide-legged stance. So see what works best for you. I'm going to work with both legs open, but if it feels better to have one leg or one knee bent, then go for it. You can work one side and then you can set up for the other side. And then see what this feels like as well. Sometimes having something rolled up under the knees, like a little blanket or something, can help, especially if you find that the knees are kind of locking. And then also sometimes it's too intense with the legs extended, so adding a bend to the knees might make the shape feel a little more accessible. Awesome. And then we're going to set up for a twist and a fold. If doing both those things at the same time doesn't work for you, you're also welcome to do just the fold, or you could do just the twist and stay upright. If you're coming with me, then we're going to twist over the left leg first, so you can start to turn your chest in that direction, maybe facing where the left leg is pointing. And check in here. You're welcome to stay upright, or if you'd like to explore the fold, then you can see what it feels like to start to walk the hands along that left leg. Listen to your body. Don't necessarily feel like you need to pull or anything. Just look for that sensation through the spine, even into the hip, maybe into that left hamstring. You can let the head hang heavy here if that feels good for you. If you find yourself a little too deep, maybe the breath is getting shallow, then you might choose to back out so that you can breathe a little more easily. Awesome. Gently start to walk the hands back in, lifting yourself upright. If you need to do anything here to reset, then go for it. Rather than taking the same pose to the second side, we're actually going to do a different kind of stretch, and then we'll do that all kind of on the opposite side. So if you have one knee bent, then you'll have to switch to the other one now. And your strap may come in handy here, not so much to pull you deeper into the pose, rather to keep you steady there. Sometimes it's hard to find something to kind of anchor into. So for this one, we're going to stretch out the left side of the body. So now you can line up the right side of the body with where that right leg is pointing. And maybe you have your strap around the right foot and in your right hand. You can reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Start to arc your way over any amount. And then just listen to your body and see where you want to go. You can stay right here. Maybe you have space where that right hand kind of goes a little further towards the right foot. You could also bend the left elbow to maybe catch the head. If it helps to turn the gaze a little differently, then you might explore that as well. Another option would be to take the strap into the left hand, and then as long as you're doing that, just make sure that the chest isn't turning towards the floor. See if you can prioritize keeping the chest nice and broad so that you can really target that stretch to the left hand side. And then breathe here. Check in with the neck as well. Sometimes the head needs a little extra support. If the right hand is free, you could bend the elbow and make a little kickstand for yourself. If you have the strap in either hand, you can release it. Maybe the left arm comes down, slowly bring the spine back up. Maybe a counter stretch to the opposite side, or again, you can give yourself some gentle twists. You can give yourself a seated cat-cow. If you'd like to release the legs for a moment and give yourself maybe a windshield wiper or something like that, then go for it, or extend them forward, give the knees a little tap. And then when you're ready, you can come back to your wide-legged stance. And we'll set that up for the second side. Start off setting up the legs. Find that grounding through the pelvis, that length in the spine. And this time turn your chest in the direction of the right leg and see what you need here. The option is there if you'd like to stay upright. You could always be folding in the middle as well. Or if you're coming with me, you can start to walk the hands along the right leg, starting to round the spine any amount. If the floor is a little far away, you're also welcome to use blocks for the hands. Letting the head hang heavy if that feels okay in the neck and spine. And then breathe here. Find your stillness. And slowly, with the support of the hands, start to bring yourself back up, returning the spine into center. If you need anything here, then go for it. And then we'll set up this shape for the second side. So you can take your strap to the left foot this time. And then turning the chest away to line up the left side of the body with that left leg. Maybe the strap into the left hand. And then you can start to arc that right arm up and over. Sometimes nestling the left elbow on the inside of the left leg can be helpful here. And you could also use a block if the floor is a little far away. And see what this side needs, and again, see if you can prioritize keeping the chest nice and broad, that right shoulder is stacked on top of the left, so you can really target the stretch to the left side. And if this side needs something that ends up looking a little different to the first side, then go for it. Once you find your expression, start to find your stillness. Gently release the right hand, maybe reaching that up and over to help yourself come back upright. And then listen to your body when you arrive, see what feels good. Gentle twists, maybe seated cat-cow. When you're ready, you can release the legs and either take it to a windshield wiper, maybe extending the legs out, tapping the knees. Awesome. And then when you're ready, you can swing the legs around. We're going to head down to the back. Before we head there, just have your hard blocks nearby because they'll be handy. And we'll take one more counter stretch for the folds. So you can set up the hands behind you. You can point the fingers either behind, to the side, or towards the feet. So just listen to your arms and your wrists and see what feels best. Pressing the feet to the floor, start to puff the chest up towards the ceiling. And you can stay right here, or if you like, start to press the feet down, start to lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. Listen to the knees. If you need to lengthen your base a little bit, then go for it, especially if there's pinching. See if you can bring the belly button nice and high. If you want, you can let the head hang back as well. And breathe a few deep breaths. If you need a little more time, you can stay. Otherwise, slowly lower the pelvis back down if it's lifted. And from here, you can lower all the way down onto the back. And we'll set up to twist. If you like to take your blocks or your block over to the right-hand side. And then scoot the hips over towards the left, extend the right leg long. And then you can guide the left knee across the body, and bringing it down to land on your props if you're using them. And then take a breath or two, just set yourself up here. So see what the left arm wants to do. It can reach out towards the left. You could also extend it to the floor overhead. And the right arm can do the same, or you can keep it anchoring the knee to the props. Find your version of the shape. If for any reason twisting with one knee isn't working, and then try a two-knee twist instead. And settle in here. Gently allow the left knee to return to center. And you can scoot the hips to midline. Maybe pausing here for a few breaths. If you feel ready to twist on the second side, then you can take your props over if you're ready. If the body needs a little movement here, then you could explore that for as long as you need. Scooting the hips to the right, extending the left leg, and then you can guide that right knee across the body onto your props. Maybe the left hand stays with it, maybe the right arm reaches out. See if this side needs a little extra support or anything else, and you can add that in. And when you're ready, come and find your stillness. Gently release the right knee and let your body unravel back to center. Scoot the hips to midline. It might feel nice to take the feet wide and either rest the knees together or give yourself a gentle windshield wiper side to side. And see if there's anything else that your body needs here, and you're welcome to explore that. And then when you're ready, we'll come and find our Shavasana, our rest pose for today. You can extend the legs long. You could find butterfly legs. If you want to support the knees or the hips with your props, you're welcome to do that. Maybe the arms are extended long down the mat, or maybe the hands are resting somewhere on the body. And see if any part of the body needs a little extra wiggle, a little movement. You can find that here. And then when you're ready, come and find your stillness. And come and find your rest. Gently bring yourself back to this space. Taking a few deep breaths to reawaken the body. And starting to reintroduce some movement as you feel ready. Perhaps reaching the arms up and over and giving yourself a full body stretch. Rolling down to one side or gently rocking your way up to a seat. And take your time. And eventually coming to meet in any comfortable seated position, using any of your props for support. And then settle the hips, lengthen the spine, soften the shoulders. Take a pause here, scan through from the feet to the head just to notice. Perhaps connecting the hands at the heart, bowing the chin towards the chest. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste. My name is Nicholas. Thank you for joining me for Yin practice. If you have any questions, please reach out and enjoy the rest of your day.